Our safety briefing is complete then. And it is now time to introduce our officials. Please welcome to poolside our referees and officials. So let's introduce our referees for this morning. First of all, pleased to announce that our lead referee today is Swim England East Midlands President, Mr. Ian Davey. Assisted by Jeff Robillard and Stephen Ward. And our starters for this morning, John McCallion and Andy Aitken. So then, nice and ahead of schedule. If you are able, then please now rise for our national anthem. Picture perfect Harvey Haddon as usual. And we are right on schedule for that 9 a.m. start time. Just a reminder once again, a few housekeeping rules. Photography is permitted on the viewing gallery but not on poolside. That's the same for videoing. On the gallery is okay but not on poolside. No adults, coaches, any parents should be in the changing rooms. That's purely the vicinity of our athletes. Athletes, if you wish to come up to the gallery to meet and greet your support team, please make sure you're appropriately dried and dressed with footwear on that is going to limit any risk of any injury. No hot drinks on poolside, please, at all, even if they are in sealed containers and flasks. Please make sure hot drinks stay outside. And equally, no pop-up chairs even on the poolside. They need to just be the ones that are provided by the leisure centre. While the swimmers are in the pool, we want you to make as much noise as you possibly can. But please respect the athletes when they're on their blocks. When we hear that referee's whistle blow, we must insist on silence. Once again, then, we start things off this morning with the open male 100-meter freestyle. 200 freestyle for the girls is second up, followed by the open male 50 breaststroke. Then we have the 100 breaststroke for the girls. Then the grueling, but always entertaining 400 individual medley for the open male swimmers. 100 butterfly for the girls after that. Then the backstroke over 100 meters for our open male swimmers, 50 backstroke for the girls. Then we finish with the final two events of session 5, the 200 fly for the open male swimmers and another individual medley event, but this time the 200 IM for the girls finishes off session 5. Remember, any 50s, 100s or 200s are all heats in order to qualify for tonight's finals. The 400s, and you'll see 800s in session 6, are all heat declared winners. Junior age group 16 and under, senior age group 17 and over. and we are just about set. Just a reminder, obviously on your way in, Sporty Swim are available in the foyer for all your East Midlands short course champs merch and swimming and training equipment. So pay them a visit before the end of the day. And while we've got the opportunity, can we just give a very, very warm thank you to not only all our officials in white, but also the volunteers that you see around the facility in those light blue t-shirts, and all the crew behind the scenes in black, without whom this event would not be possible. So please show your appreciation for all our volunteers. Of course, this also gives our athletes the opportunity to gain qualification times for the Swim England Winter Short Course Championships, which take place between the 11th to the 14th of December in Sheffield at Ponds Forge. And we'll try and keep you up to date with any athletes that manage to secure those qualification times. Some of our more experienced athletes have already secured those times at the Winter Champs, but there will be some of those younger performers looking to try and seal a position at those illustrious championships in December. Minute and a half remaining then until our scheduled go time. Obviously, as a licensed meet, we cannot start earlier than that scheduled 9 a.m. Here we go then on what is another beautiful early November day here in Nottingham. The skies are blue, the pool is blue, and our athletes are ready. 20 seconds to go until the off. So let's hand over now to our lead referee, Mr. Ian Davey. Event 501, the open male 100 meter freestyle, heat 1.
Take your mark.
12 heats of this 100 freestyle for the open male swimmers. Lane 3, Max Davies of Worksop. Freddie Tranyi of the City of Lincoln Pentaqua in lane 4. And Repton's Owen Johnson in lane 5. Halfway stage already met, and Freddie Tranyi of the City of Lincoln Pentaqua leads heat number 1. Owen Johnson of Repton going very well, still in striking distance in lane number 5. And Max Davies of Worksop with a very strong swim in this opening heat. And look at that from Owen Johnson. He's going to pip Freddie Tranyi to the wall. 59.69 opens the morning's racing. Heat 2.
Take your marks.
Heat number 2 in the water then. Wojciech Wallach of Corby in lane 2. Oliver Jones in 3 for Lincoln Vulcans. Stanley Jones of Etwall, lane number 4. Robbie Duff of Lincoln Vulcans in 5. Northampton's Riley Woodward in lane 6. And Henry Mason Smith of Repton goes in 7. Obviously, a lot of these athletes swimming multi-events over the weekend. And there'll be some familiar names in this lineup from racing yesterday. Robbie Duff and Stanley Jones. And Stanley Jones in lane 4, leading things out over the first 75. 20 meters remaining now. Well, Stanley Jones of Etwall, and it looks like he's going to take this one. Can he get under that magical 60-second barrier? It looks like he's going to. Wojciech Wallach in lane 2 coming through to take second. 57.97 the winning time. 3 athletes underneath a minute in heat 2. On to heat 3.
Take your marks.
Corey Butterall-Cromborough of Bassett Law in 1. Christians Kupkovs in 2 for Daventry. Ketterings Alexandru Arena in lane 3. Oliver Horn in 4 for Corby. Ricknold with David Smorara in 5. Leighton Annison Snowden Louth in 6. Ryan Bullock Long Eaton in 7. And Radford's Oliver Smith in lane 8. Corey Butterall-Cromborough. Bassett Law turns first at the bottom of the screen if you are watching on the stream in lane 1. And into the wall then, Corey Butterall-Cromborough is going to take heat number 3 with Oliver Smith in lane 8 for Radford. Taking second, third place goes to David Smorara of Ricknold. 56.56 the winning time. Heat 4.
Take your marks.
Heat 4 underway then. William Newham, Calverton and Bingham in 1. Lane 2, Bramcott's Daniel Street, Arthur Blacklaws in 3 from the City of Leicester. Daniel Heppelston, City of Lincoln, Pentaqua in 4. Marcel Barish of Ricknold in lane 5. Eddie Barron, Nova in 6. Grantham's Ben Carlisle in 7. And Riley Hamer of the City of Lincoln, Pentaqua goes in lane number 8. So as they go past the midway point then, it's Daniel Street in lane 2 from Bramcott, leading the way with 25 to go. Still looking good is Street in 2, but coming through in lane 8, Riley Hamer, as is Arthur Blacklaws in 3 and Ben Carlisle in 7. It's going to be very close. Street takes it from Hamer and Ben Carlisle secures third place in this particular heat. 55.45 the winning time. Heat 5.
Take your marks.
Already on to heat 5 of 12. Finley Bird, Long Eaton in 1. Logan Day, Repton in 2. Radford's Finley O'Neill in 3. Lane 4, Zachary Jones of Northampton. Finley Dare in 5 for Corby. Chesterfield's Henry Jones in 6. Lane 7 is Isaac Ebanks of Derby XL. And Bramcott's Andrew McGurk goes in lane 8. What a great first 50 from Finley Dare in lane 5. And he continues to dominate in that centre lane. Fastest qualifier on paper in this heat is lane 4, Zachary Jones, but Finley Dare is doing his utmost to turn that one around. Lane number 2, Logan Day, is currently occupying second place. Then there's up for grabs for third. Check out Henry Jones in lane 6 coming back strong, but also Andrew McGurk in 8. But it will be lane number 5, Finley Dare, 53.44 for Dare. Logan Day second and Henry Jones in third. On to heat 6.
Take your marks.
Lane 1, Gabriel Corbett, City of Leicester. Sebastian Casey of Hinckley in 2. Sam Green in 3 for Bassett Law. Repton's Dominic Bartoletti in 4. Morgan Farrell, City of Lincoln in 5. Sam Brilker in 6 for Corby. Finn Arnold, Repton in 7. And Jackson Crabb, City of Leicester, goes in lane 8. Into the final 30 metres then, and it's lane 6. Sam Brilker of Corby getting his feet over fractionally ahead of Finn Arnold in lane number 7. Coming back strong in 4 is Dominic Bartoletti, but it looks like lane 6, Sam Brilker, will take heat number 6. Battling hard is Arnold though, and it's going to be Brilker from Arnold with Bartoletti in third. And these times keep dropping. 53.31 takes heat number 6. Heat 7.
Take your marks.
Connor Allen, Wellingborough in 1. Lane 2, Repton's Jake Battle. Josh Singer in 3 for the University of Nottingham. Corby's Lorenzo Sealan in lane 4. Thomas Boyd in 5 for Northampton. Danny Barron Etwall in 6. Nova's Leo Taylor in 7. And Seth Gilson of Repton in lane 8. So not a great deal between any of them after the first 50. Danny Barron turns first for Etwall out in lane 6. And he surfaces first as well. But Jake Battle in 2 going well, as is Connor Allen in lane 1. It looks like the winner of this is going to come from those 3 lanes. Lane 6, 2 or 1, and in fact, lane 2, Jake Battle gets those feet over first and surfaces with 20 to go in the lead. Jake Battle of Repton from this one very well after the first 25 metres. He's going to take heat 7. Well, look at the time, 53.71 for Battle. Second, Danny Barron, and third goes to Nova's Leo Taylor. Heat 8.
Take your marks.
Flying through these 100 freestyles then. Lane number 1 is James Henniker of Northampton. Lane 2, Ryan Coles, Daventry. Corby's Ethan Randall in 3. Cole Angel in 4 for Kettering. Dan Walker of Nova in 5. Joseph Greaves 6 for Corby. Repton in 7 and 8 with Ruben Hubinger in 7 and Joe Helps in 8. So first 50, goodness me, look at this. You can't pick a winner. Who's going to get the feet over first? It goes to Ruben Hubinger in lane number 7. They turn for home and Hubinger surfaces first. But now going strong in lane number 3 is Ethan Randall of Corby. Randall and Hubinger, the leading two, into the final turn. And it looks like Hubinger of Repton in lane 7 is going to touch out. No, not at all, because Ethan Randall has turned off the wall beautifully into the final 25. He takes it 53-1. Second, Hubinger in 53-4. And Cole Angel takes third place, 53-8-2. Heat 9.
Take your marks.
On we go to Heat 9 then. Henry Knight, Rushton in 1. Adam Fraser, Rushton in 2. Bassett Laws, Lane Keyworth in 3. Sachin Tethi in 4 for Rushton. Teammate Max Balderson in 5. David Vakur in 6 for Worksop. Miles Willits in 7. Repton and Derby's Zachary Drayson in lane 8. The final heat of our unseeded heats. Max Balderson turns first then of Rushton in lane number 5. Going well in lanes 1 and 2 though, Henry Knight and Adam Fraser as well. Rushton having a very good heat in this heat number 9. And Balderson turns for home first. He looks like taking this with 10 meters to go, but keep an eye on Henry Knight and Adam Fraser in lanes 1 and 2. It will be Balderson from Knight and Fraser, Rushton 1, 2, 3. Heat 10.
Take your marks.
The first of our seeded heats then, these final 3. Tyler Holliman, Corby in 1. Ethan Soppett-Moss, Loughborough Uni in 3. Loughborough Uni in 4 and 5 as well, with Maddox Roberts in 4. Harry Robinson in 5. University of Nottingham in 6 with Alexander Laurie. Ben Roberts of Grantham in 7. And Roman Levchenko, Derby XL in lane 8. And at the midway point, it is Maddox Roberts. 47.80 his entry time. He's the third fastest swimmer in these seeded heats, behind Jacob Whittle and Jacob Mills. We'll see them in the next 2 heats. But Maddox Roberts is going to book himself a spot in the final. He's going to go underneath 50 seconds. And that's a brilliant swim. 48.26 for Roberts. Second for Harry Robinson, and Ethan Soppett-Moss takes third. Heat 11.
Take your marks.
Penultimate heat underway then. Alexander Harron, Derby XL in 1. Ewan Cox in 2 for Repton. Loughborough Uni in 3 with Harley James. Jacob Whittle of Repton in 4. And then Loughborough Uni all the way from 5 to 8. Oliver Watts in 5. Ben Hatfield in 6. Christian Gale in 7. And Damon Elliott in lane 8. And rather predictably, Jacob Whittle takes this one out. It was 48 seconds by Maddox Roberts in the previous heat. Let's see whether Jacob Whittle can go under that, or whether he'll just swim a heat swim to get himself securely into the final. Jacob Whittle in 4, Oliver Watts in 5. These are the leading 2. Lane 3, Harley James currently occupies 3rd place. And Jacob Whittle cruises in to the final with a 48.12. Oliver Watts second and Harley James in third place. Heat 12.
Take your marks.
Last of the seeded heats then. And blinking, you'll miss it. Laura Roberts-Burrell in 1 for Derby XL. Mario Vasconcelos in lane 2 for Rushton. Repton in 3 and 4. Zach Dale in 3 and Jacob Mills in 4. Angelo Gianni Contini, Loughborough Uni in 5. Jacob Brown, Loughborough Uni in 6. Louis Mitchell in lane 7 for Corby. And Repton's Harvey J. Alsop in lane 8. Jacob Mills, junior British record holder over this distance. Dominating as would be expected. And the final will be between those three, you would think, Mills, Whittle and Maddox. Jacob Mills cruising at this stage. Second place, Angelo Contini in lane 5. And third currently is lane 3, Zachariah Dale. 48.57 with ease for Jacob Mills. Angelo Contini second and Zachariah Dale from Repton in third. And that concludes the 100 freestyle.
Clear the pool, please. Swimmers, clear the pool.
On we go then to event 502, the female 200 meter freestyle heat 1.
Take your marks.
Ten heats of the female 200 freestyle underway then. Heat number 1 sees Kimberly Hayes of Northampton in lane 1. Daisy Taylor of Bassett Law in 2. Georgia Sullivan in 3 for Nova. Long Eaton's Maddie Wilson lane 4. Evie Lilly in 5 for Lincoln Vulcans. Repton's Evelyn Szabo in 6. Eva Gallagher Corby in 7 and her teammate Elisa Giraud in lane 8. So they approach the midway mark of heat number 1 then. And it's Evie Lilly, the yellow hat of the Lincoln Vulcans. Oh no, just out of my eyesight from my position. Look at lane 1. Kimberly Hayes turns in a 103.24. Brilliant first 100 from the Northampton swimmer in a difficult lane 1. But as was mentioned on the finals last night, if you've got a lane, you've got a chance. Kimberly Hayes continues her assault on heat number 1. Notification of disqualification. Event 501, heat 12, lane number 1 for a technical infraction. We come into the final 25 meters then, and a brilliant swim from Kimberly Hayes. Looks to be taking heat number 1 from lane number 1. Second place is a battle between Lily in 5, Szabo in 6, and Elisa Giraud in 8. I think it's going to be Szabo who takes it from Giraud, it is. But Kimberly Hayes, 2:15.22. Hayes takes heat number 1. Heat 2.
Take your marks.
Heat 2 underway then. Molly Bradley of Nova in lane 1. Worksop's Kristen Hibbard in 2. Isla Conuralp of Repton in 3. Louth with Alicia Smith in lane 4. Nova's Phoebe Benyon in 5. Maisie Matthews in 6 for Louth. Libby Cooper of Nova in 7. And lane 8 belongs to Bassett Law's Tate Fox. Not a great deal separating them after the first 50. A nice spearhead formation taking place. Our fastest qualifiers always in the centre 2 lanes, lanes 4 and 5. Not always the way things finish, but at the moment in heat number 2, that spearhead formation is coming to fruition. Phoebe Benyon of Nova, lane 5, leads them at halfway. Alicia Smith will turn second and Maisie Matthews in third at the midway point. But with 100 to go, any one of these swimmers could break into the top 3. $50 to go then, and Phoebe Benyon still in the lead fractionally from Alicia Smith of Louth. Benyon gets her feet over 0.2 of a second before Smith. But now, with 30 meters to go or so, has the blue hat of Alicia Smith for Louth turned the tide? Well, no, Benyon's feet were definitely over faster there. It's all about who's got this back end speed on the final 15 meters. Benyon hits the front once again in lane 5. Smith in lane 4. And Maisie Matthews in 6. That's going to be the 1, 2, 3. And Phoebe Benyon comes through to take heat number 2. 2:14.8 takes heat 2. Alicia Smith in second and Maisie Matthews in third. Heat 3.
Take your marks.
Off we go with heat number 3. Melinda Badenhorst, Corby in 1. Ayla Coletta, Repton in 2. Effie Chapman, Nova in 3. Leicester Sharks, Sarah Dew in 4. Lane 5 is Sophie Lane of the City of Leicester. Northampton's Holly Hale in 6. Amy Palmer, the City of Lincoln, Pentacra in 7. And Grantham's Lucy Willits in lane 8. Sarah Dew has the fastest entry time in heat number 3 with a 2:13.58. But Ayla Coletta in lane 2 heads the field as they approach the midway point. Sophie Lane second currently from lane 5. And then Chapman, Dew, Palmer and Willits, lanes 3, 4, 7 and 8 respectively, all in a line across the width of the pool. Ayla Coletta still leads. And continues to look strong as she comes to the scoreboard end with 50 meters remaining. So the final turn at this scoreboard end then. Coletta from Lane, then Chapman, Sarah Dew in 4th. Palmer and Willits, nothing separating them at all, 200ths of a second. And Holly Hale now making a push in lane number 6 for Northampton as well. Can Coletta hold on, because Sophie Lane in lane number 5 has put her foot down and is closing the gap with 10 to go. Can Ayla Coletta hold on? 5 to go. Sophie Lane working hard. It's going to come down to the touch. It is Coletta, 500ths of a second ahead of Sophie Lane, with Effie Chapman in third. Heat 4.
Take your marks.
In lane 1, it's the City of Leicester's Chloe Morley. Repton's Olivia Graham in 2. Faye Ayton-Jones in 3 for Corby. Florence Senior, City of Leicester in 4. Millie Wells, Loughborough University in 5. Lane 6 is the City of Leicester's Nicola Mikalska. Matilda McGrath in lane 7 for Derby Excel. And Sadie Llewellyn of Repton in lane 8. So we've got the City of Leicester in lane 4. We've got Loughborough University in lane 5. And currently Loughborough University in the form of Millie Wells leading towards the midway point. 102.6 at halfway for Wells. Nice turn and good underwater work as well from the Loughborough University athlete. Florence Senior there or thereabouts, but going well out in lane 8 is Repton's Sadie Llewellyn as well. And Sadie Llewellyn currently turns, I want to say, in second place now as she resurfaces. Some good underwater work from the Repton swimmer out in lane 8. And she is closing the gap on Millie Wells in lane 5. Olivia Graham in lane 2 now. Looks like she's put herself in contention into third place. Indeed, Graham does turn in third with 50 to go. Has Millie Wells done enough to hold off the charge of Sadie Llewellyn and Olivia Graham? It looks like as she turns, she's going to have a 4-meter lead into the final 25. And Millie Wells comes home in heat number 4. Sadie Llewellyn still fighting hard, and it looks like she's now going to secure second place. And is third going to go to Olivia Graham in 2, or Nicola Mikalska? It's going to go to Nicola Mikalska in lane 6. City of Leicester. Wells first, 2:10.66. Llewellyn second, and Mikalska takes third place. On to heat 5.
Take your marks.
Worksop's Amy Walker in lane 1, Hannah Bruce in 2 for South Lincolnshire, Chesterfield's Lily Grace Belfield in 3. Lane 4 is Grace Grinrod of Northampton, Derby Excel's Olivia Mayle in 5, McKinley Ray Cotton in 6 for Etwall, City of Leicester in lane 7 with Dorothy Plumpton, and Sean Headley of Nova swims in lane 8. "50 metres down then, and nothing separating the field. Lily Grace Belfield turns first. In fact, looking at the clock and the scoreboard, Hannah Bruce in lane 2 got her feet over first, 30.42. Let's see who is in front at halfway. Well, McKinley Cotton has swum a very nice second 50 there to put herself in contention, but Hannah Bruce is lane 2, still there or thereabouts. Cotton does turn first at halfway point of heat number 5. So Cotton from Bruce, third at this stage, looks like being Amy Walker in lane 1, but Plumpton and Headley in lane 7 and 8 are fighting hard as well. And with 50 to go, this could be anybody's. Brilliant last 50 from Amy Walker there in lane 1. But look at this, lanes 1 and 2 and 7 and 8 battling hard to try and reel in the deficit that has been created by McKinley Cotton in lane number 6. Cotton turns for home. Looks like Cotton's going to take heat 5, but who's going to take the minor places? Amy Walker in 1 is in second place currently, and then third place looks to be coming from lane 5, Olivia Mayle, who has swum a brilliant last 50. It is Mayle takes third, Walker second, and the winner of heat 5 is McKinley Cotton, 2:11.86, the winning time. Heat 6.
Take your marks.
Philippa Cutmore Corby in 2, Repton's Molly McGinley in 3. Emily Riak in lane 4 for Nova. Corby in 5 and 6. Bo Cunningham in 5 and Holly Coleman in 6. Maddie Walden, Northampton in 7. Amelia Atkinson goes in lane 8 for Repton. Maddie Walden and Holly Coleman, lane 7 and 6 respectively, hit the front after the first 50. And as they approach halfway, it is Walden extending her advantage over Coleman and the rest of the field. Amelia Atkinson in 8 is going to turn in 3rd. And then Cutmore, McGinley, Riak and Cunningham pretty much swimming all together from lanes 2 to lane 5. But Maddie Walden continues to dominate heat number 6. Stretching further and further away from the field with 50 meters to go. Walden from Coleman. McGinley now finds herself in 3rd place in lane number 3. And McGinley closing the gap on Holly Coleman in lane 6. But it looks like all the hard work has been done in the first 75 meters. Or 175 meters rather, for Maddie Walden in lane number 7. As she comes in, cruises into the final 5 meters to take heat number 6. Molly McGinley in lane 3 will be 2nd and 3rd. Can Holly Coleman hold on for 3rd? She can, just about, by 1/100th of a second from Philippa Cutmore. 2:09.9 wins heat 6. Heat 7.
Take your marks.
Away we go again then with Anna Clark of the City of Leicester in 1, teammate Jessica Oxley in 2, Repton's Summer Charita in 3, May Singer of Loughborough Uni in 4, Lane 5, Olivia Beard of Bramcote, Abby Tunnicliffe of Derby XL goes in 6, Lane 7 is Lincoln's Emily Talks, and Orna Lett of Northampton in Lane 8. Strong start from May Singer. Lane number 4. This is the last of our unseeded heats. Singer leads from Tunnicliffe in 6. Tunnicliffe coming back well, but also going well in lane 8 is Orna Lett, and look at Jessica Oxley in lane 2. These four are going to turn pretty much simultaneously. Singer still holds the advantage in lane 4, and a nice turn propels her a little bit further into the lead, but her nearest challenger looks to be coming from Jessica Oxley in lane number 2. Is Oxley going to turn her feet quickest at this latest boom end? Obviously, no timing pads at that end to speak of, so we don't honestly know until we get back to this scoreboard end. 50 metres to go at this turn. Singer now dropping back slightly and coming to the front. Abby Tunnicliffe in 6, Jessica Oxley in 2. They're the leading 2. Then Orna Lett in 3rd place by milliseconds in lane 8. 50 to go then. Well, in fact, as we look at it now, there's only 30 to go. Into the final 25, lane 2, Jessica Oxley looks to have the lead with 15 to go. Abby Tunnicliffe working hard, so is Orna Lett. Into the final 10 metres, and it is going to be lane 2's Jessica Oxley who takes heat number 7 from Abby Tunnicliffe and Orna Lett. On we go to heat 8.
Take your marks.
Heat 8 underway then. Lily Rose Carr, City of Lincoln in lane 1. Repton's Sana Lefalier in 2. Lane 3, Evie Hands of Loughborough Uni. Kezia Titterton in 5 for the University of Nottingham. Corby's Grace Wingham in 6. Phoebe Adams, Northampton in 7. And Derby XL's Miley Aram in lane 8. Coming to the midway mark then. And Kezia Titterton from Grace Wingham, lanes 5 and 6 respectively. 3rd to turn is Sana Falier in lane 2. So at the turn at the scoreboard end this time, there will be 50 to go. And the green hat of the University of Nottingham with Kezia Titterton continues to lead. But Grace Wingham is pushing hard, trying to swim off the wave of Kezia Titterton in lane 5. Will Kezia recognize that and try and pull away? 30 meters remaining. Titterton does look like she's holding on now because Grace Wingham looks to have found a second wind into the final 25. Wingham increases that stroke rate. They are neck and neck into the final 15. Grace Wingham in lane 6. She now hits the front. Kezia Titterton lane 5, but it will be Grace Wingham by 0.2 of a second from Kezia Titterton with Evie Hands in 3rd. Heat 9.
Take your marks.
So then Heat 9 is underway. Second of our seeded heats. Asma Lafalier in lane 1 for Loughborough University. Emily Parkins, University of Nottingham in 2. Alyssa Lowe from the City of Leicester in 3. Loughborough Uni in 4 and 5. Lucy Fox in 4 and Lucy Parsons in 5. Lane 6 belongs to Janie Finch of the City of Leicester. Connie Davis of the University of Nottingham in 7. And Bassett Law's Jennifer Walker in lane 8. So Lucy Fox leading things out as you would expect. Lucy Fox, the second fastest athlete in these 3 seeded heats. 1:59.16 Lucy Fox's time. And you'd expect her to dominate this particular heat and book her place in the final for this evening. Midway point then, 58.2 at the midway point for Lucy Fox. She's going to be just outside 2 minutes, you would think, with that opening 100 time. But again, this is just a heat swim. Second place currently is lane 3's Alyssa Lowe. And third place looks like the Loughborough University hat of Lucy Parsons in lane 5. Final 50 then at the wall. And as Lucy Fox sails in, let's bring you the finalists of the 100 freestyle for the open male swimmers. 16 years finalists to begin with: Jake Battle, Repton; Finley Dare, Corby; Sam Broker, Corby; Ethan Stoppett Moss, Loughborough Uni; Ben Roberts, Grantham; Ruben Hubinger, Repton; Finn Arnold, Repton; and Miles Willits of Repton, with reserves Dominic Bartoletti of Repton and Zachary Drayson of Derby Excel, as Lucy Fox comes in to take heat number 9, 1:59.55. So she does go under that 2 minute mark, which means she came back in a 1:01 after going out in a 58. Second place goes to Alyssa Lowe and third, Lucy Parsons.
Clear the pool, please, swimmers, clear the pool.
Our final heat then is heat number 10.
Take your marks.
Heat 10 underway then. Jessica Lyne, City of Leicester in 1. Fruke Ludwig of Leicester University in 2. Anna Tyers, Derby Excel in 3. Repton in 4 and 5 with Holly Hibbert and Lydia Caudle in... Holly Hibbert in 4 and Lydia Caudle in 5. Holly Gent in 6 for the City of Leicester. Olivia McCall, 7 Repton. And Kiara Reeder, City of Leicester in lane 8. So leading early then is Anna Tyers from lane number 3. Anna Tyers still going very well. Second is Lydia Caudle of Repton. And European Championship gold medalist from 2020 in Budapest, Holly Hibbert, is in lane number 4, currently in third place. Let's see if Hibbert's experience comes through in these final 75 meters. European gold winner in the 800 free in 2015 in Baku as well, Holly Hibbert. That's Anna Tyers still going well though into the final 25 meters at this turn. Lydia Caudle of Repton, the 15-year-old from Repton in lane 5, giving all she can and performing very, very well. She's still in touching distance of taking this heat, but the heat is going to go to Anna Tyus. Lydia Caudle second, and Holly Hibbert will take third. 2:01.7, the winning time.
Thank you, swimmers. Clear the pool, please. Thank you, swimmers. Clear the pool.
Let's move on then to event 503, the open male 50-meter breaststroke, heat 1.
Take your marks.
So then 50-meter breaststroke, 2 lengths of this sprint event. Marcel Barsic, Ricknold in 3, Harry Meads, Calverton and Bingham in 4, and Hayden Hudson, Chesterfield in lane 5. And it's Marcel Barsic looking to be taking heat number 1 from Harry Meads. Meads comes back brilliantly in the final 10 meters to take heat 1, 33.29 for the Calverton and Bingham athlete. Heat 2.
Take your marks.
Off we go then with heat number 2. Lane 1, Finley Dare, Corby. Isaac Brewster, Hucknall in 2, Joshua Charita, Repton in 3, City of Leicester's James Nightingale in 4, Finley Underwood, Rushton in 5, Repton's Seth Gilson in 6, Matthew Pegg, Etwall in 7, and Workstop's Archie Pettinger in lane 8. Well, there's not a great deal to choose between any of these guys, but Isaac Brewster in 2 looks like taking this one for Hucknall. Does he? He does, from Finley Underwood and Finley Dare. 32.23 takes heat 2. Heat 3.
Take your marks.
Just going to read out swimmers' names now because they're being far too quick for me to read clubs as well. So lane number 1, Thomas Boyt. Lane 2, Harrison Grix-White. Nicholas Salco Parvola in 3. Zachary Drayson in 4. James Henniker in 5. Lane 6 is Christopher Oliver. Lyndon Johnson in 7. And Finley Gibson in lane 8. Final 5 meters. And there's nothing to choose. Maybe Lyndon Johnson in lane 7. It is 31.08 for Johnson. Christopher Oliver second and James Henniker in third. Heat 4. So the first of our 3 seeded heats then. Austin Manley in 1, Eden Saint 2, Armand Tethy in 3, Josh Mitchell-Story in 4, lane 5, Tyler Toombs, Jaden Leo in 6, and lane 8, Joshua Yip in lane 8. And lane number 3, Armand Tethy looks to be coming through, but Tyler Toombs in lane 5 finishing strong. Toombs gets the touch, 29.24 over Armand Tethy and Josh Mitchell-Story. The first 3 athletes to go sub 30 seconds. Tyler Toombs, one of the 2 quickest in that heat. Heat 5.
Take your marks.
Morgan Farrer in 1, Noah Denuit in 2, Jeremiah Carnegie in 3, lane 4 Adam Metcalf, Michael Gretschaf in 5, Arian Nath in 6, lane 7 Max Balderson and Oliver Vernon in 8. Lane 4's Adam Metcalf, the fastest qualifier in this one, 27.7. He comes in and he's going to take heat number 5 relatively easily with a 28.5. First athlete under 29 seconds. Carnegie second and Grachev in 3rd place. Heat 6. In 1, Paul Page. 2, Mark Kamatov. Ben Roberts in 3. William Tonks 4. Caleb O'Brien 5. Charles Simpson in 6. 7 in Adam Frazier. And Cole Angel in lane 8. Fastest swimmer on paper is William Tonks. 27.1 in lane 4. And Tonks battling hard with Caleb O'Brien. It's going to be these 2 book their place in the final. 28.77 beats 28.8.
Thank you, swimmers. Leave the pool by the sides, please. Leave the pool by the sides.
And that concludes our 50-meter breaststroke for our open male swimmers. We'll bring you the finalists very soon. I've got a quick opportunity. The 17 years and over age group finalists for the Open Male 100 Freestyle: Harry Robinson, Loughborough Uni; Oliver Watts, Loughborough Uni; Jacob Mills, Repton; Jacob Whittle, Repton; Maddox Roberts, Loughborough Uni; Angelo Contini, Loughborough Uni; Zachariah Dale of Repton; and Harley James of Loughborough Uni, with reserves Ben Hatfield of Loughborough Uni and Alexander Laurie of the University of Nottingham. Thank you, referees. Event 504, female 100-meter breaststroke, heat 1.
Take your marks.
Away we go then with our first heat of the 100-meter breaststroke. Long Eaton's Lottie Wilton in lane number 1. Kira Parker, Derby XL in 2. Corby in 3 and 4. Alexa Parker in 3 and Beth Reben in lane 4. Charlotte Sed in lane 5 for Nottingham Leander. Lane 6 is Floria Marriott of Loughborough. And Loughborough University's Scarlett Humphrey in lane 7. So already coming to 3/4 race distance in heat number 1. And it's lane 4, the yellow hat of Corby with Beth Rebben leading the way from her teammate Alexa Parker in lane number 3. Nottingham Leander's Charlotte Seddon in lane 5 looks to be taking 3rd place in heat 1. In fact, Seddon just pips Parker to the wall to take 2nd place. 1:18.19 wins the first heat.
Thank you, swimmers. Leave the pool by the sides, please. Leave the pool by the sides.
Heat 2.
Take your marks.
And our swimmers surface for heat number 2, and we see Amelie Pierce of Louth in 1. Ayla Coletta Repton in 2. Nova's Sara Vasilevska in 3, with Martha McPherson of Loughborough University in 5. Bramcott's Phoebe Chew in lane 6. Iona Watson 7 from Bassett Law, and Caitlin Davidson of Nova in lane 8. Midway point then sees Sara Vasilevska touch first. Although the scoreboard says different. But to the naked eye, Vasilevska did get her hands on the walls first. Let's see if she can keep the challenge of Ayla Coletta at bay from lane 2. Caitlin Davidson, the other Nova swimmer in this heat, going well out in lane 8 as well. But Sara Vasilevska turns for home for Nova. Ayla Coletta still there or thereabouts in lane number 2, with Caitlin Davidson out in lane 8 going well as well. Can Vasilevska hold on to the lead in the final 5 meters? It looks like she's pulling away. That stroke rate has increased, and she does take heat number 2 from Caitlin Davidson in lane 8 and then Ayla Coletta. So Nova 1-2 with Repton in 3rd. Heat 3.
Take your marks.
Lane 1, Alice May Downs of the City of Lincoln Pentaqua. Rushton with Charlotte Jarman in 2. Alice Wallinger in lane number 3 for Wellingborough. University of Nottingham's Alice Streeter in 4. Sasha Zeus, Nova Centurion in 5. Freya Winfield Dobbs of Leicester Sharks 7. And the City of Leicester Victoria Hudson in lane 8. And it's Alice Streeter at the midway mark, just ahead of Alice Wallinger in lane number 3. So at the moment, it looks like Alice first, Alice second, and Alice third. Streeter, Wallinger, and May Downs. Into the final 15 meters then. And Alice Wallinger in lane 3 finds herself at the front. Alice Streeter in lane 4, battling hard. And it looks like third may well be going to lane 7 and Freya Wingfield Dobbs, but no, it is Alice May Downs. So Alice 1, 2, 3. in heat number 3. Congratulations to Alice. Heat 4.
Take your marks.
Away we go again then, on to heat number 4. Charlotte Byron, Melton Mowbray in 1. We've got Repton in 2, 3 and 4 with Maisie Lee Simpson in 2. Macy Brow in 3 and Mabley Collier in 4. Nova's Kira Fletcher in 5. Scarlett Tinwell, University of Nottingham in 6. Lane 7 is Chesterfield's Maisie Wilkes and Olivia Crow of Melton Mowbray in lane 8. Halfway through then, it's Mabley Collier leading the way. So as they turn into the final 25, it is Collier leading from Brow in second place in lane 3. Third at the moment, Kira Fletcher of Nova Centurion in 5. And can Macy Brow upset her teammate in lane number 4? She's pushing hard. It's going to be on the touch. It is Macy Brow. Lane number 3 takes it from Mabley Collier and Kira Fletcher.
Take your marks.
Heat 6 then, Olivia Anstey Louth in 1. Chesterfield's Amelia Denham in 2. Loughborough Uni in 3, 4 and 5 with Sophie Hamilton in 3. Elizabeth Booker in 4 and Anna Farr in 5. Pippa Hickman of Repton in 6. Leicester Sharks, Olivia Faustman in 7. And Emily Batchelor of Kettering in lane 8. Let's quickly bring you the finalists of the female 200 metre freestyle. Junior finalist Olivia McCall, Repton. Jessica Oxley, City of Leicester. Jessica Lyne, City of Leicester. Lydia Cordell, Repton. Holly Gent, City of Leicester. Kiara Reeder, City of Leicester. Lily Rose Carr, City of Lincoln, Pentaqua, and Maddie Walden of Northampton. Reserves Orna Lett, Northampton, and Ayla Coletta of Repton. And the 17 years and over age group senior finalists, Kezia Titterton, University of Nottingham. Lucy Parsons, Loughborough University. Holly Hibbert, Repton. Lucy Fox, Loughborough University. Anna Tyers, Derby Excel. Alyssa Lowe, City of Leicester. Grace Wingham of Corby. And Connie Davis, University of Nottingham. Reserves, Froka Ludwig of Loughborough University and Asma Lafallier of Loughborough University. As Heat 5 comes to a conclusion with Elizabeth Booker taking the heat in 109.21, a dominant swim ahead of Anna Farr and Sophie Hamilton. Heat 6.
Take your marks.
Off we go then to our final heat, heat number 6. Darcy Platt, City of Leicester in 1. Neve Dunbar, City of Leicester in 2. Loughborough University, Shola Robinson in 3. Imogen Clark, Repton in 4. Nova's Megan Singh in 5. Isabella Parsons-Loads, Repton in 6. Repton again with Connie Renard in 7 and Sophie Statham-Gill in lane number 8. Fastest qualifier then for these 100 breaststrokes. Imogen Clark. And look at Imogen Clark go in lane 4. She comes in with a 105.79. And it looks like she's going to be just outside that 105 time, but a nice heat swim from Imogen Clark of Repton. Megan Singh is going to finish second for Nova, and third is going to go to Shola Robinson. 108.21, the winning heat time, and the final heat of our female 100-meter breaststroke. We move on then to event 505, the open male 400 meters individual medley, heat 1.
Take your mark.
Away we go then. I think I say it every time I'm on the microphone. You cannot beat an individual medley for drama, and particularly a 400 IM, where, you all know it, the breaststroke makes all the difference. So let's see what happens in these 6 heats. Lane number 3, William Veer of South Lincolnshire. Derby Excel's Finn Clark, lane 4. Arlo Gilson, lane 5 for Repton. And Bramcott's Daniel Bywater in 6. Halfway through the fly leg then. And it's Daniel Bywater of Bramcott marginally ahead in lane number 6. But as I've already said and will continue to say throughout these IMs, do not discount anybody until that breaststroke has been completed. Bywater did lead at the previous scoreboard turn, but Arlo Gilson has propelled himself in front onto the backstroke portion of this first heat. And Gilson begins to power away for Repton. Bywater still in second. Third place, Finn Clark of Derby Excel with William Veer currently in fourth, but battling hard against Finn Clark alongside him. Still a long way to go in this one. That's only halfway through the backstroke section of this one. But Gilson beginning to pull away from Bywater. Finn Clark and William Veer beginning to catch the swimmer from Bramcott in lane 6. William Veer, you can see swimming close to that lane rope, trying to use the wave of his competitor, Finn Clark, in lane 4. So the turn at the scoreboard end will be the halfway mark of heat 1. And Gilson with a healthy advantage, bucket turning into the breaststroke. Now then, which of these 4 athletes has the strongest breaststroke that can make an impact? Will Gilson continue to pull away, or can Bywater, Clark and Veer make inroads into the lead of the Repton swimmer in lane 5? Well, it does look like Bywater is coming back, and William Veer in lane 3 has definitely taken some distance out of Finn Clark's advantage over him. And yeah, Bywater now then still with around about 60 meters of breaststroke to go. Bywater definitely coming back on the breaststroke leg on Arlo Gilson. And William Veer now pulls clear of Finn Clark in lane number 3. 50 meters of breaststroke to go, and look at the underwater work from Daniel Bywater, gaining ground all the time on Repton's Arlo Gilson. And I think by the time they hit the scoreboard end and go onto the freestyle leg, it's going to be a straight 100-meter sprint between Gilson and Bywater. Who has the fuel left in the tank for that final 100-meter freestyle? Bywater with a beautiful long breaststroke. They're now neck and neck. 5 meters to go on that breaststroke, and it will be a shootout 100-meter freestyle finish between these two. Bywater turns 5/10 ahead of Gilson, with Veer now clear in third place. And just like that on the first 25, Gilson gets himself back in front on the freestyle. Can Bywater stay with him to make this competitive into the final 50 meters? Gilson now half a body length in front. Now a full body length as Bywater tries to hang on to the bootstraps of Arlo Gilson. Veer still clear in third place. Finn Clark going well as well in fourth. But Arlo Gilson, even though he was reeled in on the breaststroke, has showed his dominance on this final freestyle portion of the race. And a nice turn from Bywater, but I think it's going to be a little bit too little too late as Arlo Gilson enters the final 10 meters, and he will take heat number 1 for Repton. Gilson from Bywater. William Veer in third. 5:05.48, the winning time for Arlo Gilson. Heat 2.
Take your marks.
Well, if we've got 5 more heats like that to come, we're going to be breathless by the time we get to the female 100 fly. Let's have a look then at the runners and riders in Heat 2. Mari Kane of Arnold in 1. Oliver Shepherd Deepings in 2. City of Leicester's Victor Bramley Howell in 3. Robbie Duff, Lincoln Vulcans in 4. Jack Hicks in 5 for Lincoln Vulcans. Leicester Sharks, Theo Black in 6. Peter Nightingale, City of Leicester goes in 7. And lane 8 is Jacob Harness of Bassett Law. Three out of 4 lengths completed on the fly, and it's Jacob Harness of Bassett Law out in lane 8 with the early lead. Theo Black, lane 6, and Victor Bramley Howell in lane 3, the next closest, with Peter Nightingale in 7, in 4th place at quarter race distance completed. On to the back we go. Backstroke well underway then as they approach the scoreboard this time. Still 50 meters remaining on this backstroke section. And a beautiful first 50 by Theo Black on the backstroke puts him in front by 0.06 of a second over Jacob Harness. Peter Nightingale in 3rd place in lane 7. The turn this time will signify the halfway point and the exciting game-changing breaststroke section to come. Black turns first, Harness second, Nightingale third, and Bramley Howell in 4th place. bring on the breaststroke. So Harness has now propelled himself into the lead down that first 25. And still with another 60 meters of breaststroke to go, Harness has put himself in a good position to take the lead into the final 100 meters. But Nightingale going well as well, rather. Bramley Howell as well got himself into third place on the breaststroke. And Theo Black now in fourth place, being chased by Jack Hicks in 5 and Robbie Duff in lane 4. Harness continues to lead, but Peter Nightingale is pushing him, and they're going to touch simultaneously in lane 7 and 8. In fact, I think Nightingale may well surface fractionally ahead. Peter Nightingale of the City of Leicester in lane 7 now hits the front with 107 meters remaining. Nightingale from Harness. Third at the moment is Victor Bramley Howell in lane 3. Freestyle time to finish this heat number 2. Nightingale has worked really hard to get himself into this position. Now with 80 meters remaining, Nightingale from Harness. Robbie Duff now in lane number 4 finds himself in third place after a very good breaststroke leg from him for the Lincoln Vulcan. And Jacob Harness now fighting back on Peter Nightingale in lane 8, and Harness is going to turn with 50 to go in the lead. Harness, Nightingale, Duff, that's the 1, 2, 3 into the final 50. Harness begins to pull away. Nightingale still there or thereabouts, but Robbie Duff is coming like a train in lane number 4. He's the fastest on paper in this heat. Can he get himself to the front with 20 meters to go? Well, it looks like Jacob Harness has done enough to hold on to heat number 2. Can Duff secure second place, or will Nightingale hold on? 5 meters remaining. Harness takes it 5:03.16. Second place to Nightingale, and Robbie Duff takes a very well swum third. Heat 3.
Take your marks.
Heat 3 underway then. James Cash, lane 1 from Deepins. Northampton's David Bielawski in 2. George Howard, City of Leicester in 3. Matthew Tompkinson, Louth in 4. Kai Alijazi, City of Leicester in 5. Francesco Monaco, South Lincolnshire in 6. Radford's Oliver Smith in 7. And Derby Excel with Tyler Shaw in lane 8. Well, nothing to choose between them after the first 50. James Cash in lane 1 finds himself fractionally ahead at this stage. But we know how much this is going to change over the next 300 meters or so. Cash then being caught by Kai Alijazi in lane number 5. Who's going to get their feet over first onto the backstroke? It's going to be James Cash, then Alijazi and Shaw in lane 8, the 1, 2, 3. Really nice turn in lane 4 from Matthew Tompkinson, though. And David Bielawski and George Howard, lanes 2 and 3 respectively, also up in contention now on the backstroke. Cash still leads from lane 1. And Bielawski, Howard, Tomkinson and Alijazi now in 2, 3, 4 and 5, all neck and neck, as James Cash continues to swim very well over these first 150 metres. And if anything, he may well be pulling away on the backstroke, the swimmer from Deepins. Bielawski, Howard and Tomkinson now clear of Alijazi. Francesco Monaco in lane 6 and Oliver Smith in 7 coming back strong on the backstroke as well. This sets up the breaststroke leg beautifully. But James Cash, through 200 metres, remains in front, and he's in front by nearly 2.5 seconds. Now the breaststroke. Cash still going well, but George Howard in lane 3, Matthew Tomkinson in 4, and Tomkinson begins to assert his dominance using the breaststroke, trying to close the gap between himself and James Cash. And that gap is definitely closing. Matthew Tomkinson of Louth in lane number 4. He could be turning first with 50 metres more of breaststroke. Well, Cash apparently got the touch, but to the naked eye, Tomkinson is definitely ahead at this stage. Matthew Tomkinson of Louth, the fastest on paper in this heat, the only athlete on paper under 5 minutes. He's clocked a 4:59.19 to qualify for this event. And into the final 10 metres of the breaststroke, it is Matthew Tomkinson of Louth, James Cash of Deepins. And then third place at the moment looks to be Francesco Monaco of South Lincolnshire in lane 6. 100 metres to go then, freestyle upon us. And Tomkinson has used that breaststroke brilliantly to his advantage to give himself some breathing space. 75 metres to go. Tomkinson from Cash. Kai Alijazi now battling with George Howard in lane 3 for third place. And Alijazi still in third currently. But it is Tomkinson who turns ahead of Cash with 50 metres to go. Alijazi, then Howard. .25 metres remaining. Matthew Tomkinson from James Cash. Kai Alijazi battling against George Howard in lane 3. But it looks like Tomkinson's done enough to hold on to heat number 3. Can James Cash hold on to second? Yes, he can. Third place to Alijazi. 4:56.08 for Tomkinson. And all those swimmers who have clocked under 5 minutes have beaten their entry time. So brilliant swimming. And Matthew Tomkinson with a 4:56 is 3 seconds underneath his entry time as well. Heat 4.
Take your marks.
Three more heats to come then. And remember, this 400 IM is all heat declared winners. No finals in this one. Lucas Granville of Repton in lane 1. Zach Hopkinson, Grantham in lane 2. Corby's Oliver Dovey in lane 3. City of Leicester with Jackson Crabb in lane 4. Jacob Fish, Grantham in lane 5. Deepins, Jacob Bryers in 6. Maxwell Burdett, lane 7 for the City of Leicester. And Edward Oscroft of Northampton in lane 8. Granville looking strong in lane 1 on the fly. Granville traditionally is a fly swimmer, so he'll be looking to try and use that to his advantage to get himself out in front for the remainder of heat number 4. Jackson Crabb in lane number 4. We've seen him in the 800 and the 1500 already, so we know he's got the endurance. How is he over all 4 disciplines though? So Lucas Granville, first 25 of the backstroke, still ahead. Jackson Crabb second. Third now is Zach Hopkinson of Grantham in lane 2. Jacob Bryers looking good from deep ins in lane 6 as well. So with 50 meters more of backstroke, Granville's still ahead. Crabb second, and Bryers now in third place in lane 6. So Bryers using the backstroke very well. Jacob Fish in lane 5 is there or thereabouts, trying to get into the top 4. And Oliver Dovey in lane number 3, not a million miles away to be honest. Nobody out of the contention yet, with the breaststroke still to come. But Jackson Crabb now hits the front, coming towards the midway mark of heat 4. Lucas Granville just in second place ahead of Jacob Bryers. Although the clock says something different, suggests Bryers is a 1/10 of a second ahead of the swimmer from Repton, but a nice turn from Lucas Granville puts him definitely in second place. Jackson Crabb continues to lead. Granville second. Third now is Zach Hopkinson. A very useful first 25-meter breaststroke from the Grantham athlete in lane 2. And Zach Hopkinson begins his charge on the leaders into second place with 50 meters breaststroke still to go. We know that Jackson Crabb is a very effective freestyler. Can Hopkinson or Granville get themselves in contention? Maxwell Burdett in lane number 7 also now brings himself into the fray. Crabb turns first, Hopkinson second. It's tight between Granville, Dovey and Burdett for third place. But this sets up a grandstand finish. Jackson Crabb still leads, and he will be the favourite leading into the freestyle. Crabb from Hopkinson, then Burdett. And look at Crabb go away as soon as he turns onto the freestyle. That stroke rate increases and he powers himself towards the wall. 75 to go. And it's almost like somebody lit a fuse beneath Jackson Crabb after that breaststroke leg. And he continues to pull away from the field. What an impressive swim from the City of Leicester, Jackson Crabb. Second, Oliver Dovey in lane 3. Third to turn. Looks like Burdett out in lane 7. But Jackson Crabb has swum this one almost to perfection. The 14-year-old from the City of Leicester. And I doubt anybody else in the junior category will top that to take the title. He stops the clock, 4:47.86. His entry time was 4:53, so 6 seconds inside his entry time. Oliver Dovey second and Maxwell Burdett third. What an exhibition of IM swimming from the City of Leicester's Jackson Crabb. On to heat 5.
Take your marks.
Penultimate heat then is heat number 5. Arthur Blacklaw, City of Leicester in 1. Teammate Freddie Burdett in 2. Northampton's Eden Rowe in 3. Carlos Sierra Villegas in 4 for Chesterfield. James Lake of Loughborough in 5. Harry Lucas, lane 6 for the City of Leicester. Repton with Tom Townsend in 7. And Nova's Joel Harby in lane 8. Settle down once again then for another dramatic 400 IM. The penultimate one in these Swim England East Midlands Short Course Championships for 2025. Freddie Burdett, Eden Rowe of Northampton in lane 3 going very well after the first 100. Freddie Burdett and lane 5's James Lake in the mix as well. So the backstroke leg beginning to start changing things ever so slightly. Still Eden Rowe of Northampton, but now coming into second place is Carlos Villegas in lane 4 from Chesterfield. And Villegas has definitely closed the gap on Eden Rowe, and they turn neck and neck with 15 to go on the backstroke. Harry Lucas in lane number 6 currently occupies third place. How is the breaststroke going to shake things up in heat 5? Two different turn styles between Rowe and Villegas there onto the breaststroke. And Carlos Villegas now in the lead and looking to pull away with a very nice smooth breaststroke technique. Nice and long, using that glide phase very effectively. Eden Rowe still second, but Harry Lucas in lane 6 coming back. James Lake working hard in lane number 5 as well. And the James Lake fans to my left screaming in support of their teammate. Carlos Villegas though looking very good in lane number 4. Harry Lucas now in second place, but James Lake with around about 35 meters to go. He's going to find himself in second place, courtesy of the breaststroke. So Lake does turn in second, looking to try and hunt down Chesterfield's Carlos Villegas in lane 4. Villegas giving himself a nice cushion though, going into the final 100 meters on the freestyle. James Lake now half a body length ahead of Harry Lucas. What has Villegas got on the freestyle? What does Lake have on the freestyle? Well, Villegas begins to pull away. Lake still looking good, as is Harry Lucas. These three well ahead of the field. Villegas first, Lake second, Lucas third. Fourth place currently Freddie Burdett in lane 2. Eden Rowe in 5th in lane 3. And Harry Lucas now closing the gap between himself and James Lake with 50 to go. Villegas looking very comfortable for to be taking heat number 5 at this stage. Can James Lake hold on to second place? Does Harry Lucas have it in his legs to come back into this one? 25 to go for Villegas, 30 to go for Lake, 30 now for Lucas. Carlos Sierra Villegas is going to take heat number 5. 4:42, Villegas' entry time. He's going to be under that by 2 seconds. James Lake does hold on for second, with Harry Lucas in third. Just a reminder, please, if you have been announced as a reserve for any of our finals, can you please check at the medals desk before you leave? or you can withdraw as a reserve if you do not want to swim, but please do check if you are a reserve swimmer at our medal desk to make sure you have not secured a spot in a final. Our final heat is heat number 6.
Take your marks.
Well, these 400 IMs haven't disappointed so far, and I'm sure heat number 6 won't either. The fastest heat on paper. Jack Hurry of Northampton in 1. Elliot Sibley, lane 3 for Repton. Thomas Wilkinson, Loughborough University in lane 4. Repton's Austin Manley in 5. Northampton's Jack Bignell in 6. Jacob Pemberton of Derby XL in 7, and lane 8 is Niklas Salko Parvola in for the Leicester Sharks. Strong fly leg from lanes 1, 4 and 5. Jack Hurry in 1, Thomas Wilkinson in 4, and Austin Manley in 5. But having seen a lot of these guys swim over the years, I do know there are some very strong breaststrokers in this field who will come back later in this particular heat. Just depends whether the guys out in front have put enough distance between themselves and those breaststrokers to be able to hang on. But after the first 100, Thomas Wilkinson turns first, Austin Manley in second. Third place currently Jack Hurry. Jack Bignell and Jacob Pemberton battling together in lanes 6 and 7. Elliot Sibley just waiting in the wings. Breaststroker Sibley should come back into contention in this one, as long as the leaders don't go out too far ahead. 50 meters to go then, and Manley now really looks like he's taken over from Thomas Wilkinson in lane 4. Austin Manley does get his feet over first. And Manley and Wilkinson have carved out a 3 or 4 meter advantage over Jacob Pemberton, who's coming back strong. Also going well still is Jack Hurry in lane 1. Hurry and Pemberton battling for third place. Here comes the breaststroke. So Manley from Wilkinson. Can Sibley or Salko Parvola make any inroads into this lead? Lots of breaststroke experience between those two athletes in lanes 3 and lane 8. And now Wilkinson finds himself back in front of Manley, but we know that Manley has got a brilliant freestyle at the end of this. Wilkinson in 4, Manley in 5. Third place is Jacob Pemberton in lane 7. Salko Parvola coming back, as is Elliot Sibley, but maybe a bit too much at this stage. Wilkinson continues to pull away from Manley, and he's going to need to give himself all the advantage he can over the Repton athlete in lane number 5, because he will finish strong in the final 100-meter freestyle. Beautiful underwater from Manley there, coming up at the 10-meter mark. I wonder if this is enough of an advantage for Thomas Wilkinson. Look at Jacob Pemberton coming back in lane number 7. Off we go then. 100-meter freestyle to go. Austin Manley will close the gap. And the stroke rate from Manley is already higher than that of Thomas Wilkinson. And Jacob Pemberton is coming up strong as well in lane number 7. Sibley now challenging for third place against lane number 1, Jack Hurry. Sorry, fourth place rather, that will be a battle for. Wilkinson holding on strong with 50 meters to go. Austin Manley is lying in wait. Pemberton still there or thereabouts. Can Manley do anything about this swim from Thomas Wilkinson? Into the final 35 meters. Wilkinson will turn face. Manley continues to fight. Wilkinson's entry time was 4:24, but it's not necessarily about that. It's about taking the title. Manley coming back strong, but I think he's going to run out of pool with Thomas Wilkinson in lane 4, taking the heat, 4:30.1. Regional title for Wilkinson. Manley second and Jacob Pemberton a brilliant third. What a way to finish our individual medleys. No time to draw breath as we move on to event 506, the female 100-meter butterfly, heat 1. Well, as heat 1 gets underway in the female fly, we reflect on those 400 IMs. Didn't I tell you that the breaststroke made all the difference? And it definitely did in that final heat, with Thomas Wilkinson managing to secure enough of an advantage to get the better of Austin Manley. But here we go then. 100 fly for the girls. Heat 1, Megan Blair, lane 2 for Colville. City of Leicester's Sophia Reeder in lane 3. Isla Johnson in 4 for Belper Marlin. Olivia Faustman, lane 5, Leicester Sharks. And Repton's Sadie Llewellyn in lane number 6. 6 heats of this. And at the halfway point, our leader was Sophia Reeder of the City of Leicester, and with 25 to go, she looks to have heat number 1 in the bag. Challenge coming from Olivia Faustman in lane 5. But Sophia Reeder of the City of Leicester will take the first heat in her qualification attempt for tonight's final. Reeder first. I think Faustman will be awarded second when the scoreboard adjusts itself, and Llewellyn in third. There we go. Heat 2. And the athletes surface in Heat 2 with Emily Hewitt of Hinckley in 1, Etwalls, McKinley Cotton in 2, Orna Lett in 3 for Northampton, Charlotte Callahan-Wetton of Nova in 4, Newark's Katie Maloney in 5, Martha Manson in 6 for Repton, Imogen Howard of Bassett Law in 7, and lane 8, City of Leicester's Chloe Gent. Midway point then. And with 31.76, Katie Maloney turns 1/100th ahead of McKinley Cotton in lane 2. But Cotton pushes off the wall the fastest. And she has the advantage into the final 25 metres, with Orna Lett of Northampton now in contention in lane 3 as well. Cotton then in 2, Maloney in 5. Orna Lett in 3. These 3 contending, and Orna Lett finishing strong. Can she get the touch on the wall? It's Maloney from Cotton and Lett, but there's not going to be anything between those. Katie Maloney 107.5, and only 300ths between second and third. Cotton taking second and Lett in third. On to Heat 3.
Take your marks.
Victoria Hudson, City of Leicester in 1. Isabella Parsons Loads in 2 for Repton. Anna Clark, City of Leicester in 3. Repton's Connie Renard in 4. Anae Kirby, City of Leicester in 5. Jessica Lyons in 6, also the City of Leicester. And Repton in 7 and 8. Elsie Hatton in 7 and Maya Al-Mohammed in lane 8. Midway point then already arrived. And Connie Renard in lane 4 for Repton, leading from her teammate Isabella Parsons-Loads in 2, with a good challenge coming from Anae Kirby in lane 5. Into the wall they come, and it looks like Isabella Parsons-Loads is going to take this one for Repton. 105.99. Kirby second in lines. You're 1, 2, 3. On to heat 4. This is the first of our seeded heats. We've got 2 sub 60-second swimmers in this one. But let's have a look at all of the athletes. Lane 1, Summer Charita of Repton. Bramcott's Olivia Beard in 2. May Singer, Loughborough Uni in 3. Lucy Fox in 4 for Loughborough University. Lydia Caudle in 5 for Repton. Loughborough University's third athlete in this one is Lucy Turner in 6. Olivia Anstey in 7 for Louth, and Holly Coleman of Corby in lane 8. Lucy Fox, we saw her dominate her events yesterday, and she continues to do so here this morning. 59.30, Lucy Fox. That's her entry time. And she's going to secure a nice heat swim here to get herself into the final. 59.89. Beautifully done, Lydia Caudle, the Repton sensation second place, and Lucy Turner finishes third. Heat 5. Eleanor Bevan in 1 for Derby XL. Janie Finch, City of Leicester in 2. Lane 3 is Repton's Holly Jocelyn. Betsy Wizard of Northampton in 4. Loughborough University's Shola Robinson in 5. Lane 6, Eloise Cole of Repton. Darcy Platt, City of Leicester in 7. And Kate Schillinger in lane 8 for Repton. What a first 50 for Betsy Wizard of Northampton. The Magician in lane 4 for Northampton, showing the rest of the field how to swim a 100 fly. She's the second fastest qualifier on paper. Her entry time 58.03. And she's going to secure herself a place in tonight's final as well. The 22-year-old from Northampton, 59.38. Currently fastest into tonight's final then. Second goes to Shola Robinson and Holly Jocelyn for Repton in third. Heat 6. So our fastest qualifier into the pool in lane number 4 is Georgie Pryor of Derby XL, and she's off to a flyer right there. Asma Lafallier in lane 1 for Loughborough University. Miley Aram, Derby XL in 2. Lucia Lesty in 3 for Repton. Derby XL's Georgie Pryor in 4. Holly Hibbert of Repton in 5. Alyssa Lowe 6 for City of Leicester. Connie Bunigi in 7 for Derby Excel, and the University of Nottingham's Lara Trehan in lane 8. Look at this from Georgie Pryor. Great swim. Let's see whether she can qualify fastest for tonight's final. .58.3 was the quickest so far we've had. So she's going to be into the final comfortably, but going to be outside the middle 2 lanes. 59.93 takes the final heat for Pryor.
Thank you, swimmers. Clear the pool, please. Thank you, swimmers. Clear the pool.
Second goes to Lucia Lesti, and third, Holly Hibbert. There is absolutely no respite as we move on to event 507, the open male 100 meter backstroke heat 1.
Take your marks.
So here we go then. Heat number 1 of 7. Owen Johnson in lane 2 for Repton. Oliver Swain, Loughborough in lane 3. Finlay Underwood, lane 4 for Rushton. Bradford's Oliver Smith in 5 and Jack Robertson of Corby in 6. Let's bring you the results of the open male 400 metres individual medley. The junior top 3. Bronze medal to Jack Hurry of Northampton. Silver medal Jacob Pemberton, Derby Excel, and the gold medal to Austin Manley of Repton. And in the 17 years and over age group, bronze to Carlos Sierra Villegas of Chesterfield, silver to Jack Bignell of Northampton, and gold to Thomas Wilkinson of Loughborough University. Final 25 metres of heat 1 then, and the leader is coming from lane number 4, Finlay Underwood of Rushton. He looks to be taking this. No idea where second place is coming from, though. It could be lane number 5, Oliver Smith. Depends on the finish. It is Smith in second and Swain third. 104.14 the winning time.
Thank you, swimmers. Clear the pool, please. Thank you, swimmers. Clear the pool.
Heat 2.
Take your marks.
Our swimmers surface for Heat 2 of the 100 backstroke for the open male athletes. City of Leicester's Gabriel Corbett in 1, Maury Kane of Arnold in 2, Colville's James Hockey in 3, Marshall Golder in 4 for Hinckley, teammate Sebastian Casey in 5, Melton Mowbray's William Burdock in 6, Oliver Shooter in 7 for Nova, and Ripley's Dylan Nightingale goes in lane 8. Halfway down then, and Marshall Golder of Hinckley in lane number 4, leading the way. Fastest qualifier on paper in this one is Marshall Golder. 102.39 is his entry time. Can he get inside that? He's looking good at the moment. It's Going to be very close though, but he should just get inside. Maybe a 101. 101.44 for Golder. Sebastian Casey second for Hinckley, and James Hockey finishes third. So a 1-2 for Hinckley in Heat 2.
Thank you, swimmers. Clear the pool.
Heat 3.
Take your marks.
In lane 1, it's Matteo Monaco, South Links, Ruben Hubinger in 2 for Repton, Leighton Annison Snowden in 4 of Louth, Bramkitts Daniel Street in 5, Daniel Heppelston in 6 for the City of Lincoln, Bassett Laws, Corey Butterall Quamber in 7, and Harry Lucas of the City of Leicester in lane 8. Right then, what have we got going on here? Well, it looks like lane 4's Leighton Annison Snowden hits the wall first. 29.63. In fact, Hubinger in lane 2 with a 29.55. His quickest over the first 50. And he turns first into the final length. Hubinger in 2. Street in 5. Keep your eye on lane 8 as well. Harry Lucas making a very strong finish in lane 8, and it may well be Lucas that hits the wall. It is. 101.04 beats 101.05. Two swimmers with exactly the same time, 101.05, and 100th of a second separating the top 3 swimmers, with Matteo Monaco only 2/10 behind in 101.23. Go on to heat number 4.
Take your marks.
Heat 4 of 7 underway. A great start from lane number 1, Ryan Coles of Daventry. Kettering's Cole Angel in lane 2. Logan Day in 3 for Repton. Corby's Finley Dare goes in 4. Ben Carlisle in 5 for Grantham. Alongside Repton's Joshua Chirita in 6. William Newham in 7 for Calverton and Bingham. And Harvey J. Allsop of Repton in lane 8. Great first 50 from Joshua Chirita in lane number 6, and he's separating himself from the rest of the field. Where the minor places are going to go is anybody's guess. As Big Angel in 2, Day in 3, Dare in 4, lane 8's Harvey Allsop, and also looking very strong. Into the wall goes Joshua Chirita, 58.05. It's Angel second and third going to Finley Dare.
Thank you, swimmers. Clear the pool, please. Thank you, swimmers. Clear the pool. Clear the pool, please, swimmers. Clear the pool.
Heat 5. Tyler Holliman of Corby in 1. His teammate Ethan Randall in 2. Laurel Roberts-Burrell, Derby XL in 3. Loughborough Uni in 4 and 5 with Finn Brookhaven in 4 and Jacob Brown in 5. Repton's Jeremiah Carnegie in 6. Konstantinos Hadjikons in 7 for the University of Nottingham. And Derby XL's Cole Webster goes in lane 8. Brilliant 50 from Finn Brookhaven of Loughborough University. And it looks like he's got this one wrapped up. This is the second of our seeded heats. And Brookhaven is going to book himself a place in tonight's final with that 55-1-2. Roberts Burrell in second place and Randall takes third.
Thank you, swimmers. Clear the pool. Thank you, swimmers. Clear the pool, please. Clear the pool, please, swimmers. Clear the pool. Lane 4.
Heat 6.
Take your marks.
So extra interest in this one with Mills back in the pool again. Lane 1, Joe Helps, Repton. Sebastian Ebanks in 2 for Derby XL. Martin Yankov in 3, Repton. Repton in 4 as well with Jacob Mills. Luke Ibbison 5 for Loughborough Uni. Loughborough Uni in 6 with Oliver Cunningham. Dominic Bartoletti in 7 for Repton. And Rushton's Adam Fraser in lane 8. So Mills leading this one. 53.34 his time on paper. Obviously he'll be looking to get to the final and he will make the final relatively easily. His teammate in lane 5, Luke Ibbison, also going to be there, as is Martin Yankov in lane 3. That's the 1-2-3 in heat 6.
Thank you, swimmers. Clear the pool. Thank you, swimmers. Clear the pool.
Heat 7.
Take your marks.
Well, if the last heat didn't attract a crowd, then this one will, because Olympian Luke Greenbank goes in lane number 4, representing Loughborough University. We've got Dylan Jameson, Derby XL in 1, Jacob Pemberton, Derby XL in 2, Luke Greenbank of Loughborough University in 4, Zachariah Dale in 5 for Repton. Repton in 6 and 7 as well, with Finley Caudle in 6 and Finn Arnold in 7. Annette Walls, Danny Barron rounds things off in lane 8. So Greenbank going well, but look at the challenge being put down by Repton. Zachariah Dale neck and neck with Luke Greenbank over the first 50 metres. And Luke Greenbank comes in with a 51.91. Zachariah Dale's entry time is a 54.5. Now we'll see, I'm sure Greenbank is holding something back for the final. And he surfaces beautifully well. He's going to take the heat. And it's going to be obviously outside that 51, but it's still going to be quick. 53.6 for Greenbank. Zachariah Dale goes inside his entry time of 54.5, swimming a 53.91. Jacob Pemberton takes third, but a nice relaxed swim for Greenbank to book himself a place in tonight's final. And obviously he will be the favourite in that one later on. Such a privilege to be able to see the likes of Greenbank swimming at our East Midlands Regional Championships. And we're on to event 508, the female 50-metre backstroke, heat 1.
Take your marks.
Splash and dash on the back then for the girls. Lucy Willits Grantham in 4, Maisie Matthews in 5 for Louth, Evie Coburn of Melton Mowbray in 6. Well, a very enjoyable morning so far. And just gets better and better as we see the 50 back. Heat 1 taken by Lucy Willits of Grantham. Coburn second and Matthews in third. Heat 2.
Take your marks.
I'm just going to go with the swimmers now rather than the clubs. So Daisy Tatlow-Turner in 1, Julia Radach in 2, Maisie Lee Simpson in 3, Ava Olovich in 4, Imogen Howard 5, lane 6 Holly Hale, Daisy Taylor in 7, and Millie Goldfinch in lane 8. And just like that, Heat 2 is done. Ava Olovich finishes first, Imogen Howard second, and Maisie Lee Simpson is third. Heat 3.
Take your marks.
In 1, Amelia Denham. 2, Olivia Mayle. Emily Hewitt in 3. Martha Manson 4. 5 is Lara Trehan. Evie Bevan in 6. Lane 7, Sophie Alonso and Faye Ayton-Jones in lane 8. They turn for home already in heat 3. And servicing in the lead after a good underwater, I think, is going to be lane 5, Lara Trehan of the University of Nottingham. But Martha Manson of Repton, I think, is going to take the heat. She does, 31.68. Sophie Alonso second and Lara Trehan in third.
Leave the pool, please, swimmers.
Heat 4.
Take your marks.
First of the seeded heats then in the 50 backstroke, Elsie Hatton in 4. Sorry, Elsie Hatton in 1, Annabelle J in 2, Connie Davis 3, lane 4, Anna Tyus, Eloise Cole in 5, Erin Gent 6, Maya Al Mohammed in 7, and Molly McGinley in 8. And Anna Tyus will take heat number 4. Stops the clock in 29.09 ahead of Davies and Cole.
Thank you, swimmers. Leave the pool by the side, please.
Heat 5.
Take your marks.
Isabel Cameron in 1, Millie Wells in 2, Charlotte Hall 3, 4 is Isabel Lee, Holly Waymond in 5, Lily Rose Cargo's in 6, lane 7 belongs to Abby Turnbull and Charlotte Byron in lane 8. Beautiful first 35 metres or so by the University of Nottingham's Isabel Lee. She's going to take this one at a canter. Book her place a spot in tonight's final. Second, Lily Rose Carr, and third, Charlotte Hall.
Thank you, swimmers. Leave the pool by the sides, please.
And our final heat is heat 6.
Take your marks.
Grace Wingham in 1, Sarah Dew in 2, Mably Collier goes in 3, lane 4 belongs to Georgie Pryor, lane 5 Fenella Woodis, Macy Brow in 6, Isabel Wright goes in 7, and lane 8 is Annabelle Blackbird. Look at that first 35 metres from the fastest qualifier in this event, Georgie Pryor of Derby XL. She's going to book her place for this evening's finale. with Mably Collier and Sarah Dew finishing second and third.
Thank you, swimmers. Clear the pool, please. Thank you, swimmers. Clear the pool.
27.78 then is the winning time for Georgie Pryor. Event 509, the open male 200 meter butterfly, heat 1.
Take your marks.
5 heats then of this grueling 200 meter butterfly. Heat number 1 sees Noah Dewsnap of Bassett Law in lane 3, City of Leicester's George Howard in 4, and Riley Woodward in 5 for Northampton. Into the second 50 meters then, and this is pretty competitive as things go. Leading after 50 meters was George Howard in 4. Riley Woodward is there or thereabouts, and to be fair, Noah Dewsnap. Look at them all three side by side as they approach the 100 meter mark of this first heat. And Noah Dewsnap now seems to have got himself in front with 100 to go. Beautiful turn as well for Dewsnap to extend his lead underwater. And now he's almost got clear water between himself and Howard and Woodward. Noah Dewsnap, 14. George Howard in the 13 years age group and Riley Woodward in the 16 years age group. So all of these in the junior bracket. But with 50 to go, Noah Dewsnap has really put himself into a good position. George Howard going well, Riley Woodward beginning to struggle, but understandably so. All three of them holding their form though really, really well. Noah Dewsnap then turns for home, and he's going to have about a 4-meter lead over George Howard. Let's have a look at entry times. Noah Dewsnap's entry time was 2:28.5. He's going to be well inside that. 2:22.6 for Dewsnap. Howard with a 2:25. That's pretty much on his entry time. And a good finish from Riley Woodward as well to finish heat 1. Heat 2.
Take your mark.
In lane 1, it's James Cash of Deepins. Grantham with Ben Carlisle in 2. Jacob Bryers in 4 for Deepins. Eddie Barron of Nova Centurion in 5. And Repton's Edward Gregory in lane 7. And Edward Gregory has gone out like a rocket down the first 50. 29.70 for the first 50 of a 200 fly. Gregory continues to lead as it'll be the halfway mark this time at the scoreboard end. Gregory from Barron in lane 5. Third at this point is Jacob Bryers. (1:05.04 for Gregory. 3.3 second advantage over Eddie Barron in lane number 5. Can Edward Gregory hold on to this pace he's set over the final 75 meters? .50 to go. Edward Gregory still with the lead. But Bryers and Barron are within striking distance. And Bryers particularly has found another gear, and he powers himself past Eddie Barron in lane 5. And Jacob Bryers of Deepin fastest into this heat, and he looks the stronger into the final 25. What has Edward Gregory got left out in lane number 7? Well, he's still fighting hard, but Jacob Bryers now hits the front with 7 meters to go. Jacob Bryers will take heat number 2. Edward Gregory second, and Eddie Barron win third place. Jacob Bryers takes around about half a second off his entry time as well. Heat 3.
Take your marks.
So heat number 3 is the first of our seeded heats. And yes, we're going to make these guys swim again later on in a 200 fly. Jacob Harness in lane 1 for Bassett Law. Joel Harvey in 2 for Nova. Derby XL with Roman Levchenko in lane number 3. Dominic Simpson in 4 for Loughborough Uni. Nova's Leo Taylor in 5. James Lake of Loughborough in 6. And the James Lake fan club is back up near me. Kettering's Daniel Doyle in lane number 7. And Lucas Granville of Repton goes in lane 8. We can bring you the finalists now for event 506, the 100-meter butterfly for the girls. Junior finalists Connie Bunigi of Derby XL, Isabella Parsons-Loads of Repton, Holly Jocelyn of Repton, Lydia Cordell of Repton, Lucia Lesty of Repton, Janie Finch, City of Leicester, Kate Schillinger of Repton, and Summer Charita of Repton. Reserves Anne Kirby, City of Leicester, and Holly Coleman of Corby. The senior finalists Alyssa Lowe of the City of Leicester, Shola Robinson, Loughborough Uni, Georgie Pryor, Derby XL. Northampton's Betsy Wizard, Lucy Fox of Loughborough Uni, Lucy Turner, Loughborough Uni, Holly Hibbert, Repton, and Asma Lafallier of Loughborough Uni. Reserves Eloise Coyle of Repton and May Singer of Loughborough University. Bring you the finalists of the 100 backstrokers for the open male in the next heat. As we see lane 4, Dominic Simpson dominating heat number 3. Leo Taylor of Nova going well in lane 5, as is Roman Levchenko, Derby XL. But it's going to be Dominic Simpson who takes heat number 3 from Levchenko and Taylor. Heat 4.
Take your marks.
Second seeded heat in this one. And look at lane 4, our Olympian is back. Lane 1, Kai Alijazi, City of Leicester. Gareth Cox, City of Lincoln, Pentacor in 2. Jack Bignell in 3 from Northampton. Luke Greenbank in 4 for Loughborough University. Northampton's Eden Rowe in 5. James Dobney in 6 for Grantham. Chesterfield's Henry Jones in 7. And Lane Keyworth of Bassett Law in lane 8. Greenbank cruising through this one. Got the finalists to bring you the 100-metre backstroke, but we'll do that once these open male 200 flies are done so that any swimmers who may be in them will be able to recognise that. Don't want to call the name out while they're in the pool as Greenbank going very, very well. But I tell you what an impressive swim from Eden Rowe of Northampton. Only half a second away from the Olympian in lane number 4. Eden Rowe going very well. Can he keep up with Luke Greenbank through this second 100? Greenbank still leading as you would expect, but Eden Rowe still holding on. It was half a second at the last 100. It's now just over a second, but nevertheless, a brilliantly gutsy swim from Northampton's Eden Rowe. Third place is a battle between James Dobney in 6 and Jack Bignell of Northampton in 3. Greenbank just looking to secure his place in the final. He comes in with a 1:58. Obviously, he's going to be outside that, but he should have done enough to make that final later on, and I'm sure he will have done. 2:02.61 for Greenbank. Eden Rowe with a brilliant 2:05. Just outside his entry time for Eden Rowe. Third is going to go to James Dobney of Grantham. Our final heat is heat number 5.
Take your marks.
So the final heat then, Zach Heidel, Derby XL, lane 1. Lewis Fitch, City of Leicester in 2. City of Leicester in 3 as well with Freddie Burdett. Rico Brinchman of Loughborough University in 5. Jack Hurry in 6 for Northampton. Jake Battle of Repton in 7. And Ketterins Curtis Minnie in lane 8. Got the finalists for the female 100-metre breaststroke. We can bring you those. Junior finalists, Alice May Downs, City of Lincoln. Amelia Denham, Chesterfield. Alice Wallinger, Wellingborough. Macy Brow of Repton. Isabella Parsons Lowe's of Repton. Maisie Lee Simpson of Repton. Sophie Statham Gill, City of Leicester. Maisie Wilkes, Chesterfield. Reserve finalists, Olivia Faustman of Leicester Sharks and Victoria Hudson of the City of Leicester. And our senior finalists, Sophie Hamilton, Loughborough Uni. Shola Robinson, Loughborough Uni. Megan Sung, Nova Centurion. Imogen Clark of Repton. Elizabeth Booker, Lily Booker of Loughborough Uni. Mably Collier, Repton. Anna Farr, Loughborough Uni. And Neve Dunbar of City of Leicester, with Kira Fletcher of Nova and Connie Renard of Repton, our reserves. So the final heat in its latter stages now, with Rico Brinchman leading the way. Jack Hurry of Northampton second, and Jake Battle of Repton currently occupying third. As they come to the final turn with 25 metres to go. And Rico Brinchman will be in the lead. But challenging him hard is Jack Hurry in lane 6 from Northampton. The Loughborough Uni student in lane 5 is going to be taking heat number 5. but a good swim from Jack Hurry. Third goes to Jake Battle of Repton. Let's move on then to event 510, the female 200 meters individual medley, heat 1.
Take your marks.
The promoters must like me, because what better way to finish the morning session than with another individual medley, this time the 200 IM for the female swimmers. Scarlett Humphrey in 1 for Loughborough Uni. Long Eaton, lane 2, Isabel Plummer. Emily Pearce, lane 3 from Louth. Emily Talks, lane 4, Lincoln Vulcans. The City of Leicester's Nicola Mikowska in 5. Hannah Bruce in 6 for South Links. Amber Haycock from Northampton in lane 7. Right, the finalists then for the open male 100 metre backstroke. Junior finalists, Finley Dare, Corby, Joe Helps, Repton, Jeremiah Carnegie, Repton, Joshua Charita, Repton, Jacob Pemberton, Derby XL, Dominic Bartoletti of Repton, Finn Arnold of Repton, and Logan Day of Repton. Reserves, Harvey J. Allsop, Repton, and William Newham of Calverton and Bingham. And our senior finalists in the 100 backstroke, Laura Roberts Burrell, Derby XL, Luke Ibbison, Loughborough Uni, Jacob Mills, Repton, Luke Greenback, Loughborough Uni, Zachariah Dale of Repton, Finn Brookhoven of Loughborough Uni, Martin Yankov, Repton, and Ethan Randall of Corby. Reserves, Oliver Cunningham of Loughborough Uni and Dylan Jameson of Derby XL. Okay, then already on the breaststroke leg of this first 200 IM. And Hannah Bruce is leading this one from Emily Talks of the Lincoln Vulcans. City of Leicester's Nicola Mikowska using this breaststroke to her advantage though as well, and putting herself in contention. Could be turning practically in second place alongside Emily Talks. But turning for home is Hannah Bruce in lane 6. Talks remains in second and Mikowska in third. These three away from the field. Emily Pearce in lane 3, battling with Isabel Plummer in lane 2. But it looks like Hannah Bruce is going to hold on to this one. Who's going to take second place? Mikowska coming back, but Emily Talks looks to be taking second. She does. Hannah Bruce's time, 2:32.13 for the opening heat.
Thank you so much. Clear the pool by the side, please. Clear the pool by the side.
Heat 2.
Take your marks.
In lane 1 is Sophie Alonso of Calverton and Bingham. City of Leicester in 2, 3, and 4. Emma Graham-Brown in 2. Florence Senior in 3. And Chloe Gent in 4. Lane 5 belongs to Nova's Phoebe Benyon. Amelia Shield in lane number 6 for Derby XL. Molly Bradley in 7 for Nova. And Bassett Law's Daisy Taylor in lane 8. Fastest after the fly then is Chloe Gent, lane number 4, the City of Leicester swimmer. Hotly pursued at the moment by Florence Senior. In lane 3. So Gent will turn at the midway mark in the lead. Senior second, third looks like being Amelia Shield in lane 6. What impact can the breaststrokers make on this second heat? Well, at the moment, the lead isn't at any risk with Chloe Gent, but Molly Bradley coming back very well in lane number 7, putting some pressure on Amelia Shield in lane 6. Gent still way out in front. Shield second now. Third place, Florence Senior. But Molly Bradley working really hard, as is Daisy Taylor out in lane 8. Phoebe Benyon going very well as well, still in contention as they turn for the final 50. Chloe Gent going to win this one. Who's going to take second and third? Amelia Shield looking favourite at the moment. Phoebe Benyon coming back fast now in lane number 5. Looks like Benyon has got herself into third spot. But Chloe Gent is going to take this for the City of Leicester. She stops the clock, 2:28.52. And that's 5 seconds inside her entry time. Second to Benyon and third Amelia Shield. Heat 3.
Take your marks.
Catherine Yates in lane 1 for Loughborough. City of Leicester's Chloe Morley in 2. Lily Grace Belfield in 3 for Chesterfield. Effie Chapman of Nova in lane 4. Martha Manson Repton in 5. Zoe Ellis for the Leicester Sharks in 6. Lane 7 is Summer Charita of Repton. And Grantham's Annabelle J in lane 8. So 4 athletes coming to the front after the fly portion of Heat 3. Led by Summer Charita in lane 7. Chloe Morley now going well on her back in lane number 2. And Morley looks like she has taken the lead after that first 25 on the backstroke. Morley then in 2. Zoe Ellis coming back well in lane 6 now into second place. And at the midway point, it is Morley from Ellis, then Charita. What can the breaststroke do in this one? Well, Morley's still looking very good out in front. But Charita coming back now as well. Fell off a little bit after the backstroke section. But they're using the breaststroke well is Charita to get herself back into third place. And maybe even second place as she surfaces. Morley now being caught. Effie Chapman of Nova getting herself towards the top 3 as well. But Charita is going to turn onto the final 50 in the lead from lane 7. Charita, Ellis, Morley, Chapman. They're the top 4 going into the final 50. Has Charita done enough to hold off the challenge? Chapman in lane 4, I think now turns in second place for the final 25 to go. So it's Charita in 7, Chapman in 4, Morley in 2, and it's going to be very close. Effie Chapman into the final 5 meters, may well have enough to get the touch. Does she? No, just touched out by 0.03 of a second. Charita, Chapman and Morley. $2:29.9 for Charita is 3 seconds under her entry time. And for Effie Chapman as well, that 2:29 is 2 seconds quicker than her entry time on paper. So great swimming all round once again. Heat 4.
Take your marks.
Underway with Heat 4 once again then. Lane number 1 belongs to Olivia Faustman of Leicester Sharks. Repton's Molly McGinley in 2, Maisie Matthews in 3 for Louth, Charlotte Callahan-Wetton of Nova in 4, Jennifer Walker Bassett Law in 5. Lane 6 is Philippa Cutmore of Corby. Lane 7, Chesterfield's Daisy Tatlow Turner and Anna Clark of the City of Leicester in lane 8. Let's bring you some more finalists, shall we? We'll bring you the Open Male 200 Fly finalists. Junior finalists Jacob Harness, Bassett Law, Henry Jones, Chesterfield, Freddie Burdett, City of Leicester, Jack Hurry, Northampton, Jake Battle, Repton, Joel Harby of Nova, Zach Heidel and Derby Excel, and Edward Gregory of Repton. Reserves Kai Alijazi, City of Leicester, and Noah Dewsnap of Bassett Law. Senior finalists for the 200 Fly for the Open Males, James Lake, Loughborough, Roman Levchenko, Derby Excel, Eden Rowe, Northampton, Luke Greenbank, Loughborough University, Dominic Simpson, Loughborough University, Leo Taylor of Nova, Rico Brinchman, Loughborough Uni, and James Dobney of Grantham. Reserves Jack Bignell of Northampton and Gareth Cox of the City of Lincoln Pentaqua. We'll bring you the finalists for the girls' backstroke at the end of these 200 IM, just so the girls can hear us. We are nearly at the 3/4 stage of heat number 4. And Molly McGinley will touch ahead of Jennifer Walker onto the freestyle leg. Anna Clark out in lane 8 in contention as well. But Molly McGinley in lane 2 begins to pull away from Jennifer Walker of Bassett Law. Can Walker come back in the final 15 meters? Well, I tell you what, it's doable. But Molly McGinley looking very strong, not allowing Jennifer Walker to close that gap. And McGinley will take heat 4 from Walker. As we move on to the first of our seeded heats, which will be heat number 5. Heat 5.
Take your marks.
Before we announce the swimmers in this one, we have a notification of disqualification. Event 510, Heat 2, Lane 3 for a technical infraction. And Event 510, Heat 3, Lane 4 for a technical infraction. So after the fly leg of heat number 5, the first seeded heat, we see Alice Ball in lane 1 for Market Harborough, Repton in 2 and 3, Macy Brow in 2, Aurelia Pavrisnovic in 3, Isabel Lee, the University of Nottingham in 4, Darcy Platts in 5 for the City of Leicester, Repton's Kate Schillinger in 6, Sean Headley of Nova in 7, and the City of Leicester's Sophie Lane in lane 8. Isabel Lee, the quickest in the field in this heat, third fastest overall, and showing why in lane number 4. Looking very, very smooth as she goes from back to breaststroke at the halfway mark. Katie Schillinger of Repton looking to hold on and if not close the gap. But now the City of Leicester's Darcy Platts in lane 5 looking to have a say in the final positions of this heat number 5. Isabel Lee then. Remember, there are finals in this 200 IM later this evening. So all these athletes will be wanting to book their place, but equally leave a little bit in the tank for later. Lee turns first. Second to turn will be Platts. 2/10 ahead of Schillinger. And Platts now begins to pull away from Schillinger on the freestyle. Isabel Lee just cruising at this point now. The heat secure. Kate Schillinger working hard for Repton to try and retake second place, but I think Platts will hold on as Isabel Lee with a 2:20.0 takes heat number 5. Second Schillinger and third Darcy Platts, so a good comeback from Schillinger. Heat 6.
Take your marks.
Penultimate heat of the morning then underway. Holly Jocelyn Repton in 1, teammate Isabella Parsons-Loads in 2, City of Leicester's Holly Gent in 3, Fruka Ludwig of Loughborough Uni in 4, Anna Farr Loughborough Uni in 5, Nova's Kira Fletcher in 6, Pippa Hickman in 7 of Repton, and Orna Lett Northampton goes in lane 8. So Fruka Ludwig of Loughborough Uni, fastest in this heat, 2:18.12 entry time for the Loughborough University athlete. And Ludwig proving why she is the favourite for this particular heat and will be one of the favourites for the final this evening. Midway stage approaching. Let's see how the breaststroke affects this one. We had the 400 IM earlier on for the open male swimmers. 200 IM for the girls. And there are some breaststroke specialists, particularly look at lane 6 and lane 7. Kira Fletcher in 6 and Pippa Hickman in 7. Although the gap may be too big, definitely to catch Volker Ludwig. But Kira Fletcher coming back well. Look at lane 2 going very well as Isabella Parsons-Loads. Brilliant on the breaststroke herself. She now finds herself in second place, ahead of third place Holly Gent of the City of Leicester. Final 50 on the freestyle then. And Ludwig in a commanding position. Parsons-Loads in second place with Gent in third. Kira Fletcher going well in lane 6. But Fruka Ludwig of Loughborough University will take heat number 6. I mentioned 2:18.12 entry time, going to be outside that. It'll be enough to book her place in the final. Who's going to get second? It could be Holly Gent coming through to steal second. It is off Isabella Parsons-Loads. Kira Fletcher in fourth. Notification of disqualification. Event 510, Heat 5, Lane 2 for a technical infraction. Our final heat of the morning is heat number 7.
Take your marks.
Seven athletes in this final heat then, with our fastest athlete Lydia Caudle going for Repton in lane 4. Connie Renard, Repton in 1. Derby Excel's Lily Freeman in 3. Lydia Caudle in 4 for Repton. Janie Finch, the City of Leicester in 5. University of Nottingham's Alice Streeter in 6. Ayla Coletta in 7 for Repton. And Annabelle Blackbird of Repton in lane 8. 2:15.3. Here's the entry time of Lydia Caudle. Lydia Caudle swimming as a 15-year-old in this one, as is Janie Finch, as is Annabelle Blackbird. But Ayla Coletta in lane 7 swims as a 13-year-old. So to be in one of the final heats is a fantastic achievement for Coletta. But Lydia Caudle looking smooth as silk on that backstroke turn. Into the breaststroke we go. Caudle then still on this breaststroke, maintaining her advantage. Lily Freeman looking good for Derby Excel in lane 3, as is Janie Finch in lane number 5. But we know Lydia Caudle has a brilliant finish to an IM on that freestyle section. And with the advantage she's got now, you'd be hard pushed to see anybody closing that gap. Caudle first then. Freeman currently second and Finch in third. So Lydia Caudle is not going to be near that 2:15 entry time, but that won't bother her at this stage. A nice, steady swim into the final tight. Lily Freeman coming back strong as well. 2:19 is going to be Lydia Caudle will take that. Still not shabby by any stretch of the imagination. Caudle first, 2:18.79 in fact. Freeman second and Janie Finch in third. And that concludes our racing for this morning. Let's bring you the finalists for the female backstroke. Junior finalists: Ava Olovich of Johnsfield, Elsie Hatton, Repton, Molly McGinley, Repton, Macy Brow, Repton, Lily Rose Carr, City of Lincoln, Abby Turnbull, Carlton Forum, Annabelle Blackbird, Repton, Annabelle J of Grantham. Reserves: Isabel Cameron of Repton and Maya Al Mohammed of Repton. The 17 years and over age group: Connie Davis, University of Nottingham, Sarah Dew, Leicester Sharks, Anna Tyers, Derby Excel, Georgie Pryor, Derby Excel, Isabel Lee of the University of Nottingham, Mabley Collier, Repton, Fenella Woodis, Repton, and Eloise Coyle of Repton. Reserve finalists: Erin Gent of Repton and Charlotte Hall of Derby Excel. So we've pretty much had 3 hours straight of competition this morning. Time for our officials to take a well-earned break. Warm-up will recommence at 12:30, so 33 minutes time. Warm-up will be the open male warm-up in the competition pool, as the first event this afternoon for our swimmers is the open male 400 free. So get yourself some fresh air, get yourself some refreshments, and we will see you back ready for racing to begin at 1:30 this afternoon. Warm-up, remember, 12:30 start in the competition pool for the open male swimmers. But the south pool will be open for the duration.